Welcome back. In this video, we will be covering Dropbox connector for MuleSoft. Um, Without any further ado, let's get started. So, guys, Dropbox is like one of the uh, online drive, like OneDrive or Google Drive, which is being very frequently being used nowadays. I thought of creating a video about it because we have connector as well available for it. So to get it started, what we need to do, we need to first create our account on Dropbox. So just traverse through dropbox.com, and if you don't have any um, uh, available account as of now, so you have to sign up and create an account. You have to fill in all the details and you have to sign it up. Once it is being done, you should be able to log in and look for developers app. Okay, this particular page you should be able to open. Now, after that, we need to follow this path. We have to click on create app. 1 second. It is taking some time to log in again. Yeah, so you have to come up over here and you have to select either of these two options, the first two option, and just to take an example, if I have taken this and I can take this full Dropbox, you can also choose the F folder specific, but since this is being a new account which I have created on Dropbox, so I will go with full Dropbox access. And after that, I can put something like test folder. Today's 20th August 2020. This need to be unique, so that's why I'm putting specific things. I will click on create app and this is being done. So a few things which you need to take care. This app key and app secret, just make a note of it. This generate access token, this will be useful, and just make a copy of it. You can change the access token expiration. Either you can shift it to no expiration or short lived. Short lived will be for a short duration for around 4 hours, and for no expiration it will be for indefinite time. And in case you want to change anything or delete this app, you can delete this app as well. Apart from that, it also gives the different domains like chooser, saver, and embedder, and it gives the different option like extension and webhooks as well. But considering the current scope, the public clients implicit grant and PKC, I have just allowed it. But considering the current setup, we need to give the permissions as well. So accordingly, on the file and folder level, I would suggest to give rights to file read and write, metadata as well, and permanent delete as well. For the collaboration is for if multiple people are trying to change the same file, so it is for that. And for the team level, if this account is being handled by more than a single person, so this team will come up, team scope. But for now I will be taking this for a single user only, so I will go with that. And so from here you need to copy something. First of all, the app name, and the second thing will be the this generated access token. Okay, these two things. Now I will use the one of the app which I have already created. So I will again go to the developer app, and this is like one of the app I have created in the similar manner. I will open it up and just show you it's the same configuration, nothing fancy. Okay, and permission type is on the full Dropbox. Now what I'm going to do, I will go to the Anypoint Studio and I will try to show you one of the POC which I have already created with Dropbox. So First of all, the first thing is to bring this Dropbox connector onto your Anypoint Studio. So for that, what you need to do is just click on Search and Exchange and come up over here and search for Drop. Okay, here it started. So Dropbox, you have to select, put it on the right hand side, and click on Finish. But since I have already done it, I will cancel it for now, and it will come up like this with all these many operations. So the number of operation is quite huge in numbers, so I will not go with each and every, but I will touch base the important ones. Okay. So having said that, what I'm going to do, I will start with uploading file, downloading the file. I will try to create a folder and I will try to delete the folder. So these four basic operations I will try to achieve. So let's start it with the first one. So this is the HTTP listener which I have configured with action as upload or the path as upload, and advanced, if you check, it is a post method. This is a logger, just I am putting the payload. I am transforming the message into the CSV format, and after that I have drag and drop this files upload palette. So it will come up as blank over here, and you have to click on this plus sign and this window will come up. Okay, so you have to give that access token and the name of your application. This could be a configuration which can be placed in domain project as well. So I'm just keeping it on this particular project level itself, but it can be done at that level as well. So I will click on test connection. Let's see. So test connection is successful. If there is anything wrong with the access token, it will error out here itself. And guys, just copy paste the exact app name. Okay. Now, after that, the file content will be the payload, and this path slash MuleSoft slash employee CSV. This will be the file name or the file path which I'm going to put it over there. And once it is being done, I will log the same like file uploaded. So I need to do some changes over here. There is a folder already created. So what I will do, operation clean slate, right? So let's try to delete this guy. I should be able to delete, delete. So I'm as of now I am deleting it manually, but later on we will see how to delete it programmatically as well. Okay. So let's check on the Dropbox flow, the main file upload. I will go to my Postman and will check for the upload option. This is a array of object like a name and email pair. Okay. And this is a post method, and within the body I have selected JSON, and this is the JSON. And I will click on send button. Oh, is it? I forgot to start it. Sorry for that. So within seconds it should be up. So it is now deployed. I will clear up the console quickly and go back to Postman. We'll try to hit send button. And I got some response back. Okay, this is the payload. So let's try to go back to our over here, and we will try to refresh. Let's see. So MuleSoft is being folder is being created, and inside it this employee CSV is being created. What is the content? So this is the same content, three entries along with the header, name, and email. Okay. So this is being done for the first flow. Now I will quickly move to the second one. So the second one is about. Let me do one thing. Let me delete this thing. I will tell you like why I'm deleting. So this is like this will be downloading this file with path as slash download. Within the file, I have mentioned the MuleSoft employee.csv, which is being we have just created. I will write it down and place it inside this src test resources, and there is a logger, and simply I'm putting downloaded the content, something like this. Okay, just checking it again. A file is being uploaded last time. I will clear up the console, and this time I will try to download the file. So simple, and I will click on send button. So I got the payload in the CSV format. You can change it accordingly. And if I refresh it, 1 second guys. So I can see the same CSV file content. 3 entries are there. So this is fine. And downloaded content, name and email, which is writing from this particular logger. Going for the third use case of folder creation, it's simple get method, and I will be sending out the name of folder in the query params. Same configuration we are going to use. Only the path we need to take care. We have to give a slash in front of the actual value, and we are going to log it in the end. Okay. So as usual, we will go to the console, clear up the console, and I will go to the Postman, and here it goes like create folder, and we are passing the query param folder name as slash test. So from this, what I'm trying to achieve, I'm going to create a folder slash test. I will click on send button. So this is being done now. Let's quickly go to our Dropbox and try to refresh. And as you can see, test folder is being now created. This will be blank, so because we have only created the folder. Now in the next use case, I am going to delete the same folder. So again, it will be a get operation in which I will be sending the path from folder name query params. Okay, so I will go to the console. We'll try to clear up the console again, and we'll hit it again. Okay, and let's quickly check. It is showing folder deleted because it is coming out from this. So you can see the test folder is now being removed, right? So with this, I have tried to capture the very basic use cases of Dropbox connector. I hope you like this video on a very preliminary level. This is like just a start. If you want to explore it further, I will encourage you to go through the different options which are being available. Like you can move the folder, you can get the metadata, you can delete and create in batches, copy in batches. So there are multiple other options are being available. So you can search, you can even search for a particular file. So there are some documentation available around it. So this is the URL, and you can go through all these in detail as well. This is the Dropbox connector specific, and even Dropbox provides some of the documentation. So I would suggest you to have a look over here as well. So go to the API Explorer, and you can refer all these different category wise separated operations. Okay, so just to give a very brief example, delete v2 files, delete v2. Okay, delete v2 is there. I will try to locate under files, delete v2, and you can generate a token, and you can give the path, and you can submit the call. As simple as that. This is quite similar to what we have when we are trying to mock a particular API specification. So this was pretty much about Dropbox. I hope you like this video, and uh, uh, I will try to check out some similar thing for Google Drive and for OneDrive as well. So stay tuned for the next upcoming exciting videos. Thank you.